Alright, good morning everyone. Dare Defy Nick 6. Oh man, the Hell House. I totally forgot what a pain in the ass this fight is, but I did bring along Quina. I think Quina, with her BT effect is actually ridiculous. And I did also put the D3 and D6 just to really slow her down. We're going to be Lightning as the main damage dealer, and that's just because she's in my box and she's pretty cool. I'm like, you know what? I could do this with a few other damage dealers and like really stretch it out if I wanted to. But I think this is a good spot for Lightning. I think be a nice place to showcase just how much she can EX spam. And I'm also bringing Penelo just because both her buttons, her skill 1 and her skill 2 are great force charging skills. And that's really going to help out. And the calls here are also kind of important. Usually they're just like kind of an afterthought of just the extra HP damage. But here the mechanics are quite hefty, so you want to be sure all your calls kind of count. So here with Lightning, we're just going to go to get a Ravager going, just so we can get the plus version of our EX. And it's actually very strong. It like breaks and then it delays by 2, which is kind of ridiculous. And here I think we're also just going to get some debuffs up real quick. Yeah, extra HP damage. This is like the only normal call I have. The other two are actually utility calls to help with the fight. Because there's a lot that's going on with this fight, and it wouldn't be so bad for one party if the force ability wasn't so crazy. Like, the force time on this boss is actually ridiculous. So here I'm actually going to just boost all. And Quina's BT effect is actually going to be the main star of the show here, because this Hell House is likely going to get to their force time, and we are just going to kind of ignore it. Just because it's very specific. They want you to have a force ability that either does no brave damage, or a melee force ability that grants a buff to the party. And really that's only Zac for the melee one, and there's a few for the non-damaging ones like Aerith. Penelo here on the party can also fulfill it. I brought her along just in case. And I believe Arciela could do it now too. So you got 3 options, or you got like 4 options really, and the rest are kind of like whatever. And before I press any more buttons, I need to get this on. And this is really just so we could avoid the suicide drop once we get him to the second phase. Just because that's kind of hard to mitigate when he has his force ability up and he's doing a lot of damage. We'll just force charge a little bit. And we'll also go ahead and get our EX because this is free damage basically. Yeah, and for the most of the fight we're really just going to be trying to use Retain to get this guy down to his second phase. Because it's 400 million and 300 million, I think, or vice versa, one of the two. It's a lot of HP. It's a lot of HP. So we're just gonna try and get through that as quickly as possible. So here we're just going to LD, get this going, and then really we could start getting Lightning going. We actually didn't need to go for Quina here with her BT effect if I had forced her a little faster, but that's fine. I think here I'm actually going to LD, get my 3 additional turns. It's actually a really good LD. Hail Bomber. We can't avoid that, but that's fine. I'm doing 0 damage there. And it doesn't show it yet because it hasn't refreshed, but we do have some extra turns, so here we're just going to go ahead and activate our BT effect. And really we're going to want to keep Quina taking as minimal turns as possible. We want to make the most of that BT effect, because Quina's BT effect, while it's up, we're always going to be hitting for maximum damage, the Brave Cap and all that. We're always going to be capping. And with this force type effect, normally we'd be doing 0s and we can only really do damage unless we cancel it. But Quina has one of the most busted abilities in DFFOO where it just kind of ignores that. So you can, as long as you can keep it up, like the balance is it only lasts 5 turns, right? So you want to take advantage of that as much as you can without Quina really getting in the way. And as you can see, like even with the speed passives down, Quina is still kind of taking turns. But that's why I brought a turn hogger like Lightning, because Lightning can just stay in front of the party, or really just do what she needs to. And her EX I believe is like 12 HP attack, which is something ridiculous. So we're going to be able to get this house to at least down to like 50-40%, and then from there we're just going to use Retain to actually just to stay ahead, which isn't so bad. And then during the second force ability we're going to have just a high start in the gauge, and this boss should melt fairly quickly during the second force time. But this first one we're actually just going to Crystal Ability Speed, and having these crystal abilities is pretty cool because now the Queen's turn, I could delete them, And now they're Lightning's turn. I also got to do this during the King run, when I was doing, what was it, Defy Nix 2? And I brought like a King, Fusoya, and Selfie. And I was like, man, that crystal ability is really cool. And we're taking advantage of it again here, so... And really, the other call we have on Quina, we're gonna want her to take a turn right at the start of the second phase of the fight, just so we can apply the freeze debuff, because that's a very important debuff. So you can't mitigate, because this house will become very aggressive when it transforms, and you can't really mitigate that damage normally through damage mitigation. You know, like taking reduced HP damage or anything, like Raijin Call won't save you there. So what you have to do is you really want to control the bravery if he's getting the follow-ups. Because they really want you to cancel this force ability. Like, the more of these squares he has filled up, the more follow-up attacks he does when he does become aggressive. So you could either cancel or you could brave control. And I went with the brave control route because that just seems easier. And here with Penelo... Oh, I didn't have her haste romp all the way. I think that's only 2 stacks. It's fine. Not the most damaging shot there. But it's cool. We're really just trying to get as much damage as we can for retain, because that's where we're going to do the majority of this first phase. So it's going to be, you know, just a lot of lightning spamming a lot of turns. What she wants to do, you know. Like, we're going to get like, what, 900 on the gauge here before it ends. So not so bad. And Penelo, unfortunately, we didn't get her with her Echo. I know she got her Echo in JP, which would have been really nice for this fight, but whatever, it's fine. Oh no! I think here... I thought Lightning was going to take another turn. I guess not. Whatever, it's fine. We did also bring Alexander's Summon, and this is particularly so we can have an emergency heal in case we need it, because our HP is going to be going down a little bit during the second half of the fight, but that's perfectly fine. As long as we can get back up to full, because I do believe this fight's actually kind of strict on turns too, like compared to some of the other fights we had. It's like 55 turns, I think. I don't think it's anything crazy like 35. That would just be ridiculous. Yeah, 55. So like a little less lenient when it comes to like other characters you could bring. And really, the most oppressive part about this fight is just the force ability. Like canceling this, it's so hard to actually find a unit, you know, that fulfills everything nicely. I think here we have 4 turns left. We're actually gonna Crushing Blow again. Just to refill, or just so we can refresh that overhead. Aw, no EX charge off the passive. That's fine. We don't need it. Yeah, Lightning just doing what she does. And man, her EX ability is so cool looking. Army of One. Then you just have her BT theme going. I think it's Blinded by Light. Very good song. I remember hearing it like when I played the OG Dissidia games. And I was like, man, this song is correct. It's so good. Here I'm actually just going to reset the break ability, or reset the break status real quick. Oh, unfortunate that was our launch. I didn't even realize he was launched there. Whatever, it's fine. And now we'll just flourish the skill, because this is free skill now. Extra turn from break. And we'll just press it again. Like, Lightning's kit is pretty interesting, because like before her BT, like let her EX spam like crazy, she was really just, you want to alternate between her skill 1, skill 2, and just take the free skills whenever they come up. But nowadays, it's like, you'll be perfectly fine with her without. Wow, Penelo taking 2 turns here. That's the weird part about Lightning, like sometimes the turn order looks really funky. And now, we'll Spark Strike Plus because this is free. Yeah, just a neat little like kit where she just alternates between Ravager and Commando. Like she also did that in the PSP Dissidia games, but that would like change her moveset a little bit too. So that's done. Let's go ahead and get Haste Romp on real quick. And I think we're gonna... Do we want to... We can go for a BT phase here. Thinking about it. I don't know if it's worth it, just because Quina will take... What would the turner look like? Lightning would come out with 1 extra turn. I think it's fine. Let's just hope we get a bunch of EX recharges while we're in here, though. Yeah, because Lightning should exit the BT phase with at least 1 extra turn. No recharge there. Fine. None again? Darn. Wow, this has been a mean BT phase to me. Let's go ahead and... Since the order doesn't matter right now. Man, Lightning's animations are so cool. I'm just sad that her BT evaded me for so long, even with all the reruns of the Start Dash banner. Yeah, we didn't get a single recharge in this. I'm gonna get it like after this LD, or after this FR, I know it. Yeah, but I think during Penelo's turn we'll just get her BT effect going, and during Quina's turn we're gonna want the freeze call on once this guy transforms. And that's just so we could avoid dying from his follow-up attacks, because he's going to become very aggressive once he transforms. And we'll use Alexander once we go through all the thresholds and we need a heal. Just shy. So here, I'm going to avoid taking too many free turns. Suicide drop, big whiff. Since we can't do anything about it anymore. Maybe I shouldn't have BT phased. I'm gonna have like 7 turns to work with. And the gauge is gonna be not too bad either. I just don't want this guy hitting too many thresholds right now. Fine, we'll do one more. Maybe that was a good time to actually do the Seymour call. Actually, maybe not. I don't want this guy taking too much more damage. Yeah, speed raise, because all these thresholds, he's gonna just start attacking us like crazy. Here... since it's free, it came free with the fill-up. I might as well take the damage. Just because, you know, we still have 5 turns of Quina's BT effect, so we were able to get a lot of value out of it already. Before Quina got her first turn. Yeah, and unfortunately we had to say goodbye to Lightning's BT theme. Very good BT theme on Lightning. Lightning has one of the best ones, Blinded by Light. I think that's what it's called anyway. So good. Yeah, I think with Quina here, very important. I must freeze Joker. Because that debuff is basically going to keep us alive. And let's cook. Alright, now that we've done that, this guy's melting pretty fast, so... let's try and get as much damage as we can. And I think this should be a pretty GG, clean and easy fight now that we have everything. Oh, I forgot to apply Seymour Call. Maybe I'll do it when he starts buffing himself like crazy. He will have a lot of buffs in just a moment. Oh, did Lightning not take the 3 turns? I thought she was supposed to. Yeah, like this. Maybe it's because she didn't break. I don't know. Sometimes Lightning's turns just look really weird. I wonder how much damage we're missing out on by not having Seymour Call on. L press. And, you know, the Riddy LD call coming in clutch there again. Although we're not going to be able to avoid... or we have one more evade, but that's not going to help too much. Bagoosh. 31 million. Yeah, now that we're starting with a really high gauge, it's looking a lot nicer. Yeah, we can't avoid this, which is why we have the freeze call on. And we did get broken. But we also have a bunch of echoes on Quina, so that's good. We're gonna be able to keep our, or we're gonna be able to maintain our turn count on the FR gauge. And really, it should be a GG from here. Like, the fight's very mechanic heavy, and I think if it wasn't for the ridiculous force time, it'd be pretty manageable. But because of that ridiculous force time, it's kind of annoying. Let's see if we can get him below 50 before we do the Seymour Call. Oh, we got him below 50 like nothing. Luna attack. We're probably gonna get broken here again. Ah! And look, we lived. Freeze debuff. He wasn't able to gain any brave. That's what that debuff does, so very important for our survival. I don't know if that resets the break status thing or anything so we could get another free turn. I don't think so. 44 million off that EX. Held press. Yeah, we couldn't avoid that one. So here, I think he doesn't do that again. I think he just goes for one more Luna attack. Oh, I'm gonna risk it. I don't think the next threshold actually kills us. I think it just reduces our HP by 30% or so. And that's why we have the Alexander call. Man, lightning is so cool. 15%. Yeah, suicide drop plus. Oh god. See, and this is where normally we'd be in a little bit of a pickle, but this is why we brought Alexander summon. Because this heals us up to full. And he's out of thresholds, so we're good. It didn't do any damage because like he has a buff that just basically says he doesn't take damage, or like he reduces our HP damage by a lot. But Quina's BT effect, having it up throughout the whole fight, really just ignored everything, so that's good. Alright, Quina, you earned it. That BT effect, pretty solid. How about you go ahead and cook them for us? Cook this stupid house, get it out of our face. And yeah, that was the most broken BT effect in DFFOO. Probably one of the most broken, like, you know, right next to Astos. Just ridiculous damage you could get. But yeah, there you go. That's the Hell House. If you want to ignore mechanics, just bring Quina. And really, this fight kind of deserves it. Like without Quina, you have to do a lot more planning and preparation, and it's really just. I already used up Zac, so I'm like, okay, fine. I guess I'll go for the big broken BT effects. That's why we have him. But yeah, there you go. That's the fight. A few interesting things we were able to do there with, you know, just the crystal ability and all that. There you go. That's Nick's what, number 6? One more to go. Take it easy.